I'm Sarah Patterson, and this is the September Recap. Happy October, ASC. It's finally time to start decorating for fall and deciding what to dress up as for Halloween. But first, let's recap what happened in September. The date that typically comes to mind when thinking of September is 9/11. It has been 21 years since terrorists hijacked 4 planes and flew into New York City's World Trade Center towers, also known as the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, resulting in 2,977 American lives lost. This day changed America, our military, and the world forever. Many people will never forget where they were or what they were doing when they learned of the tragedy that had taken place. A few of our U.S. service members shared their stories of where they were on 9/11.
I'm Specialist Philip Charles Vanderhayden IV. 9/11, I was just a 5th grader, minding my own business on the playground, and when I went inside and found out what happened, I couldn't believe it. And over the days and weeks that followed, the kind of patriotism I seen and the bravery I seen from our soldiers was unmatched, and I can't believe that. I never would have thought that at my age I would be one of those soldiers fighting to protect our country.
So on September 11th, I was in high school. I was on my way to school and I heard it on the radio. And I thought it was just a plane crash. But once I got to school, they had all the news stations on, and so we realized the extent of it. And actually one of my classmates, her father was at the Pentagon, and so we were directly impacted. I was in El Paso, Texas, which is a big military town, due to Fort Bliss, and within a few months we just started seeing all the soldiers from Fort Bliss get deployed very quickly.
So on 9/11, I was actually packing my bags to go to a Bright Star exercise in Egypt. I was part of 3rd Army at the time in Georgia. And as I was packing the bags that morning, I looked up at the TV and I'm like, that's funny. A plane ran into the first building. And then I grabbed my wife, we're still watching, and the second the second plane hit the building, I knew that we were not going to be the same. And so I had to stop packing, immediately went into the COIC at 3rd Army, and then of course things progressed from there. But we'll never forget it. My son was playing. He was only 1 at the time, and it was surreal. So, but we never looked back, and proud to serve.
On Friday, September 9th, a 9/11 remembrance ceremony was held at the Rock Island Arsenal 9/11 Memorial across from Memorial Field. That same morning, soldiers and civilians took to Rodman Avenue for a 2.5-mile remembrance walk. Each walker carried a bundle of 25 small American flags, which they placed in the ground at the Rock Island Arsenal 9/11 Memorial, creating a field of honor. Each flag represented one of the 2,977 lives that were lost. In other news, on September 13th and 14th, top-level leaders from across ASC met both in person and virtually to attend the ASC Annual Senior Leader Forum. They participated in team discussions to assist them in carrying out their missions. Senior leaders discussed and were briefed on topics such as the ASC mission statement, budgeting, Army support to NATO in support of Ukraine, ASC support to its logistics readiness centers, and more. The purpose of the Senior Leader Forum was to provide a common view of the current operational environment within ASC regarding its missions and key tasks in support of Army readiness. It is an opportunity for commanders and other leaders of ASC brigades and its various units to meet and discuss pertinent issues and opportunities. Lastly, September was National Suicide Prevention Month. This year's theme for the month was Connect to Protect. In 2021, the number of suicides among active duty soldiers was 176. And within America, there are an average of 130 suicides per day. ASC's Health, Wellness, and Resiliency program is dedicated to eliminating the stigma around mental health, promoting mental health and fitness through health and wellness programs, and encouraging early identification and intervention in order to reduce the number of suicides. ASC has been very proactive in helping its workforce develop healthy lifestyles, which includes both physical and mental wellness. Programs are offered regularly to encourage soldiers, civilians, and contractors to keep personal and family wellness at the forefront. If you know of someone who is struggling with suicidal thoughts, the most important thing to do is act. Find a quiet, private location if possible. Know your resources and have information available such as counselors, chaplains, helplines, etc. For more information on these stories and more, visit aschq.army.mil and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Army Sustainment Command. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next month.